What's our reading going to be about today, guys? Well, it's definitely love. I feel a connection that is on the brink of intimacy. So this is a reading for people who have been talking to somebody for a while now, but you just haven't hit that level yet, and it's most likely not even because you don't want to. Very far from that. It just seems like two people who haven't been able to be in a position to make time to spend the night or get together, if you will, for more than a couple of hours. I see two people who completely have allowed the connection to build before sexual conversation became a forefront, if you will. I sense two people who had relationships in the past that were all sexual based. And they stated, I really like this person, aka you. I don't want it to be that way again. I don't want a connection like you to be put down to nothing but sexual attraction. But times and the connection has completely built. Those are the cards. One more down the middle, though. That one. And they're fantasizing about you. And they're ready for this next step. Right now is not a time to be timid with this connection whatsoever. This is a time of confidence and knowing. This has built up for a while. And both of you are very sexual people. You just have never fully, I'm sure you've flirted with it, right? But you've never fully dived into it. And that's the next stage with your connection, is intimacy. Okay, sexual intimacy, if you will. I'm telling you, the spark hasn't gone away, even through your separations, even through when you were wondering how they felt about you, even through hurdles of life. They've still stayed forefront with you. There's even a chance that this connection, you could have some physical distance from each other. Absolutely. You guys have most of you here, these are collective taste resonates, but most of you here have a connection where there's physical distance, and that's why it's been hard for you to see each other, or work schedules completely clash. That's the two energies I'm receiving from this. Or simply have so much priorities, it reaches to the energy of being like hours apart from each other. I see the two of you finding a night together. And again, what does Spirit state? This is not a time of being timid. All right. Let's see what we got with this. Yeah. It's a blessing that you two have been able to build the bond without the burden of feeling like you have to do things. I have to see them. I have to message them. That's something about you too. It's like there have been times you thought you both were sweeping the connection under the rug at different points. So there could have been some form of fear of secrecy, etc. I see that gone. Okay. A person knows you're not about games. That's why it's time for courage. It's time to not be timid in a connection. The both of you are deeply, deeply sexually attracted to each other. But not only with that, they see you as such this friendly, kind source. They understand that the way you feel about them is different than how you feel about others. What I mean by that is it's clear as day that you treat them with this sense of grace and ease of flirtation not because of how, go with me, or not because You are a flirt. You know how to flirt. You know how to be nice. But you also know that barrier of not what to do with somebody to give them the wrong signs or signals. You give this person signals clear as day. So the person connected to you is very observant. They understand your worth, life not being the way others pictured it to be, or how they pictured it to be. Your situation's unique. And I have two very independent people who are almost hyper-independent. And hyper-independency is a fear within itself. There's a difference between being independent and so hyper-independent that you're afraid to trust other people. Both of you feel so connected. And there have to have been maybe some time in between you since you've met each other. Yeah, since you've met each other, that maybe you've gone on other dates. You could have dated other people. You could have gone in relationships with somebody else. But they were always like there. No matter how this resonates, what I'm hearing is this past 6 months to a year, you've wanted to jump to them. This type of connection, I do see the masculine going ahead and asking for a next step, a next move. Do you want to spend the night together? Do you want to go out on the town and it lead to something more? It's going to be very romantic. It's not going to be like really any other intimate night, if you will, you've had with somebody. What I sense right now is a person shooting their shot. Whoa, that's fucking hilarious. Shooting their shot with you. They're funny. You're gonna have a good laughing night. And I just see you two eventually like just locking eyes, and then it's go time, baby. What you two have been able to complete in your own personal lives is putting an end to self-destructive tendencies and what you truly thought when it came to certain relationships and etc. that they were going to happen, or friendships that you thought were going to stay. You've seen and embraced the moments where it hurt. There was always a deeper connection between you two, but Spirit had to keep certain aspects of this separated between you two. Because of the fact that you now will be physically intimate after all this time of knowing each other, it's going to mean something far different than if it would have been just the first night. It's not going to chase either of you away. There's going to be a lot of conversation about what you do like, what you don't like, what they don't like. And you have to put the fear away that they won't love your body, that they won't accept you for who you are. This is going to work, but you two have to be communicative. Each of you have persevered through the deceit of others, through the deceit of your own mind games. And they want you to know that even though both of you have they want me to say parallel struggles when it comes to parallel struggles. When it came to body image. This is interesting. I need a little bit longer to download this one. They want me to go on to the other cards. That's what this is going to be able to expand further on. So you used to be somebody that had a lot of time needed to see yourself and understand the body you have is more than enough. You love yourself and what you got. What was that? The throwaway. They're saying you don't need to both be on the same page about what you don't both have to be on the same page about either what you do for work okay. This is what the YouTube collective ones I like more because I can go ahead and do this. I don't have to feel rushed. Flowers blooming. Parallel. Yeah, you both had parallel body image issues, but you've overcame it. If you're wondering if you're wondering if this person's not going to accept you for who you are, Spirit would have far made this person walk out of your life. You don't need the cards or a reader or anyone to tell you that this connection is real. It's obvious. You're both pleasers, if you will. You will give to each other. And I sense such a deep emotional night mixed with that passion and that fire. It's beautiful because it's not going to be a dynamic where you hook up and then just separate. I feel cuddling, I feel talking, I feel really communicative. As we speak, this person, they want you to know their higher self wants me to tell you your individuality, your ability to strut and be you. I love it. Whatever you think I'm not going to accept about you is wrong. I will embrace it. I want to be farther in your life than a hookup. I want to be farther in your life than somebody you just flirt and we pass time together. I feel so deeply for you. And with you, I get to have my cake and eat it too, is what they want to state. But not in a way where it's meaning taking any, but having the cake and eat it too, it means walking away from have my cake and eat it too with you. What they mean with that dynamic is that you are what they've always wanted, all wrapped up. I get to be with my best friend and my lover in the same person, etc. That I can have, okay, I see. They basically got to the point where they felt like their version of love and of finding that connection, that devotion, it wasn't realistic. They kind of gave up on it and said, okay, I kind of just have to settle for love in life. Not with you, just in general. I have to settle. I'm not going to find that person, etc., who sees passion the way I do. And then you came into their life. Both of you accept that this pull is so much more than two people who coincidentally met each other. I sense the two of you opening up a whole new world after this sexual experience. And you are closer to the finish line than you think. You know if you're the masculine or feminine here. But I see that neither of you are running away from this connection. Anytime they worry about comparing, you'll feel it. Like you'll feel when this person's insecurities or anxieties are getting to them. And Spirit says don't run away from the conversations that need to be had, because you're afraid that it will chase them away. Other people went away when you tried to do that intimacy, that connection, those conversations, because they weren't meant for you. And wouldn't you have rathered all of the ones that weren't meant for you to go away, so the one that is would say yes, or the one that is would go further? You're receiving everything you asked for. And the next step is what? To not let pride stand in the way of your courage. That's what I got for y'all today. Now it's time to talk about the Spiritual Colorado Adventure. August 11th through August 16th, I am hosting this beautiful trip in the Rocky Mountains. It is just as much spiritual as it is physical. It's a very physical trip. Out of a scale of 5, I would say it's a 3 to 5. Every single one of the days I have a spiritual workshop in place that's going to be diving into many different topics. There's going to be guided energy readings, and I'm giving a spiritual gift to every single participant of the trip. It's going to be full of divination tools, but also alongside my Oracle/Tarot cards. They're currently in production. It's going to take some time until they're ready to be sold. But every single one of the participants is going to have one of the first prints ever made and take them home and use them for your goodwill. If you are interested in joining this trip, I highly suggest you get on it now while I have 2 early bird spots still available. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to give me a message at contact@offprintmint.com. The link to the adventure page is on my website and on all of my social media platforms. The last thing we're going to talk about today is my Twitch channel. Over on Twitch at Uncle Bronze Official, I give away a email tarot reading every single live stream. My live stream schedule right now is Mondays through Wednesdays, and then randomly throughout the week I get on as well. Over there we chill, we vibe, we play video games at nighttime. It's another way for me to connect with you and to give back to this community. All you have to do to enter the giveaways is simply be following me on Twitch and watching that active live stream. There will be a keyword that I have on my screen that you would type into the chat to go ahead and enter you into the giveaway. That is Twitch at Uncle Bronze Official. And my next stream at the time of filming this is tomorrow. That is what I have for y'all today. And I'll see you when I see you. Let's get it.